So you're going to have a lot of words, and we're going to start reading some prayers. Go over here. What is that?
None.
Noon. Noon.
After
This?
Kimmel.
Gimel. Now, remember the Gimel is like a cup. You can actually put stuff in. I guess this comes up just a little, or you can write it like that. But Gimel is like a cup, because there is going to be another one that goes like this. Okay? So this one, if you were going to put something in, you couldn't do it. So this one, I mean, you could do it this way, but we don't go left to right in Hebrew. So, I don't know. You find a way to figure it out, because one goes one way and one goes the other way. Okay. What's that? Just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's right. That's Dalit.
Dalit, yeah.
Ba. Mem. Lamed. Resh.
Shah. Bet. Bet.
Sing.
Sing. No, it's the last.
Aleph.
Ayin.
Ayin.
Stop it.
Then Sofit. The final mem. Okay.
Nun.
Nun Sofit, see, it's longer than the others.
Yud.
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 I think, oh, no, there's one more.
Tan.
Tav. I think that's it. Isn't that beautiful? So, we have a couple of new people who are interested in the taking this class. And I told them, I said, probably now is not a good time to join, because we've done all these letters. It'd be hard to catch up. But I was telling them that we learn the cursive because a lot of the things in Israel are cursive. Products will have cursive on it. If somebody writes you a letter, they'll write it in cursive. When you see advertisements, I have a friend, she's a dance instructor. All of her little things have the cursive on it. So, and if you go on to do conversational Hebrew and you get their books, the answers are in cursive. So if you want to know the answers, at least you have to learn how to read it. Maybe not write it if you don't want to write it, but it's also faster. If you decide to go on to advanced biblical Hebrew here, you will have to write sentences. So it's much easier to write them in cursive. Don't you think, Lisa?
I think so.
I think it's much easier. So that's why I teach it. A lot of congregations, they don't teach, the classes don't teach cursive, but I think it's really beneficial if you want to go on. So, let's see. So, I don't remember if I
Aleph, Bet, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey.
maybe we should learn that little song. It's the first one. It's the first letter. Echad or achat. numbers, which I think we're going to get to here fairly soon. If you're counting, you count in feminine numbers. But you also have masculine numbers. So you have masculine and feminine numbers because everything has to relate to your noun, whatever you're going to use. So anyway, it's the first one, and Jewish tradition or part of the Jewish belief is Aleph represents God. And so like a lot of the words for God begin with Aleph. Elohim, El Shaddai, El Elyon. I mean, there's just so many. So Aleph is kind of a picture of God. So one of the rabbi's wives had a conference here, not very far from Houston, and I attended, and this was something beautiful that she told me, or told us as women. The thing is, she stopped, and so we're going to continue her little story that's so beautiful. So they believe, or there's a story, that in the beginning was, and you should be able to read that now, what's that? Adam. Who was Adam?
The first man.
The first man, Adam. He was a new man, right? New man. Where did he come from?
From the earth.
From the earth, the ground. Adamah. Adamah, okay, is where we get Adam. Adamah is the earth. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Well, Adam and Eve, they walked in Emet. Oh, you should. Oh, darn, I shouldn't have told you how to pronounce it. Emet. Truth, righteousness. Let me see what exactly. Truth, yes, truth. So this is truth.
Beta.
Verdad.
Beta is truth.
Verdad.
Okay, so in the beginning, Adam walked with God in truth. You know, they were one, they were echad, they were together. What happened when Adam and Eve ate the apple? They were no longer walking with God. So there's no longer God. It's just now, what's that word?
Good.
Dam. Do you remember what dam is? It's in your vocabulary. Blood. And no longer is they communing with God to know the truth. They're walking in met. You know what met is?
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah.
So this is where she stopped. Adam sinned against God, and now he has to be redeemed by the blood. That's how they are redeemed. No longer is he walking with God in truth. Now he's spiritually dead. And that's where the lady stopped. This is what they believe. But what did Yeshua say that he was?
The Redeemer.
The
Way, the truth, and the life.
But what's the beginning?
The word.
The Aleph.
The Aleph.
The beginning. Yes, the Aleph, the beginning.
Now, you know, it's Greek, and so they say he's the Alpha and Omega, but in Hebrew he's the Aleph and the Tav. Aleph is the beginning, and Tav is the end. He's the Aleph. So he was actually telling the people he was God by saying he is the Aleph and the Tav. So if we accept Yeshua, then we get the Aleph, right? So now we are no longer condemned by the blood. We're walking as a new man.
That's so cool.
And now, since Yeshua has come into our life and he's a part of us, we're no longer met, we are walking in truth. So now, our redemption comes from Yeshua, or the olive. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the other thing that's come,
We are the olive or not?
huh?
Are we the olive? Or we him?
No, God is the olive.
Only him. We get what?
We get the olive.
Oh.
So, anyway, I thought that was beautiful. I did want to shout it out to her so she would know the end of the story, but I wasn't that bold. So, the other thing that's interesting that's come up recently, I think I might have told you this. The new name for the conglomeration of, is it Google or Facebook?
It's Facebook.
Facebook? What do they call it?
Meta.
Meta. So,
No good.
okay, meta. So, if you look up meta, the Hebrew word for meta is not death,
Misleads.
misleading,
Kidding.
or misleads.
Evil.
Now, where is it misleading you to?
Yeah.
Death, because that's the root. That's the deeper part. So, I know a lot of people say that meta means death. Meta really doesn't mean death, but its root is death. So that's interesting. All right.
So I'm closing my Facebook. I quit 2 years ago.
Well, we don't have to believe anything on it because we know it's misleading. All right, the next thing we're going to look at before we go on to our new letters is, and we were going to do it last week, remember, but I didn't have a board, some syllable practice. So how do we know where the syllables are? What helps us know the syllables?
Vowel.
The vowels, very good. So technically, every vowel is going to be a syllable. So let me try. Okay, what is that word? What's that word? Aaron. Aaron means ark or Aaron. Okay. Aaron. How many syllables does it have?
2.
3.
2.
2. And O. Aaron. So this is its own syllable. Okay? Let's do this one. So if you had to do your syllables, which you do on this paper that I gave you, you would just put like a dotted line there to show there's 2 syllables. All right, the next one, let's do. All right, how many syllables?
2. 3.
3. Yo, dead, ah. Yo there. Once you do that, it's hard to see it. 3 syllables. Yo, de, ah. Yo there. Sorry. Oh, well, I'll leave that up right now. Trying to find one with more. Well, somebody just gave me this one. Let's do this one. How many syllables?
3.
3. Sha,
Sha.
vu, ot.
Hot.
Shavuot. 3. All right. So now let's get to the ones that we don't like, and that's the Schwa. Everybody loves the Schwa. No, not. So all right. This is a Schwa. So remember, the Schwa is not really a vowel, but it acts as a vowel, and it acts as a what? Syllable marker. When it's at the beginning of the word, it's pronounced with an I. So this would be what?
Le.
Le, a, mo. Le, mo. So how many syllables?
Three.
Three. So this would be its own little syllable. So it not only marks the end of a syllable, but it marks that it is a syllable. Okay. What is that? Okay, so this Schwa is a syllable marker. So it means basically that this is one syllable. What is that? R. And then this is another one over here. Arba. Arba. Which is 4, the number 4. Now.
How many syllables was the one before that?
3.
Three.
3.
Le amo.
En esta
Le amo.
Este dos.
Le amo. So, you know, remember I told you that, well, maybe that was the advanced class. I get mixed up. Very rarely do you have a doggish in the middle of the word. Most of the time, the doggish is at the beginning of the word. So a lot of times, though, you will see a doggish after the syllable marker because it's almost like it's starting a new word in a way. Not really, but you know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of times you will see the bet in the middle rather than the vet. So
So that one's spelled A-B-A, Abba?
A-R-B-A.
Oh, A.
And this is silent because there's nothing in it.
Arba.
Arba. Arba. I gotta find one that is a real one, not just try to make up something. Let's go the other way. Maybe there's something where I want 2 Schwas. Well, let's do this one first. All right. What is that?
Avot. No.
Avotenu. Avotenu. Okay, how many syllables?
4.
4.
4. Okay, look how awesome you all are doing. You got up to 4 syllables there. What does new at the end usually mean?
Hallelujah.
Us, or we, or are. Okay. What is a vote? Do you remember what a vote is?
Our fathers.
Okay, yeah, fathers. Av is father, avot is fathers, avotenu is our, this is our fathers.
Our fathers. Okay.
Well, I'm still trying to find 2 spots in the middle of the word. Oh, we got one. Whoops.
Wow.
All right. Can you say that word?
Ta.
Read.
Tar.
No,
I don't do my rushes very well, I don't bring it down to the line.
T-A-R.
That's your noon.
That one is, L.
Parece que es justo tu-
Okay, so
Is it in?
the first one, you go to the schwa is what?
Es,
L.
muna, ¿no?
Tar,
Tar,
tar.
tar,
When you have two schwas together, the first one is a syllable marker, the next one is its own syllable,
sílabo, ya.
and it's a it.
Tar.
Tar,
Good.
ni, and sometimes you'll see it like this, or
Tar.
sometimes you will see it with a e, or I've seen it with an I, but then you pronounce a tarnival, so it's an it sound. Since we already have something for e, o, u, they don't have anything for an it. Like I said, usually it's a little comma.
No.
Tar, ne, go.
Oh.
Tar, ne, go. So this is its own syllable. When they're together, when you have two of them together, the first one is usually stopping the syllable, and the second one's its own little syllable with an it.
That's the N with that. Everything, the N and the E, that's a golden.
Yeah, that J is
J
a
is the
noon.
N, right?
It's a cursive
Oh.
noon.
Yeah, the blue.
It's on yours, yes.
Yeah, sorry guys, I don't even know how to print.
Put like this and all.
I've spent so many years writing cursive. Alright, so on your papers that you have, you can practice there. The first one is one syllable words. Then you got two syllable words. Then you got three syllable words. Then you got words starting with the schwa. Words with schwa in the word. And then just some practice dividing it all up. There's only one with two schwas. We'll get to more of them, but this would be some practice for you to divide things in syllables. Dividing things in syllables just helps you read them better. All right, we are on page 65. Hey and het.
Hey.
So you're right. A lot of this, right?
No, porque es el lache, ¿verdad?
Sí.
All right. The hey is just mainly an H sound, okay? Hey. This one is an H in the throat. They call it a guttural chet. Like, make sure your phlegm is all out and everything gone. You're not shooting it up. But it's chet. Once you practice it, it's pretty good. Now, the fact that this is an H in the throat means that some people transliterate it with an H, some people transliterate it with a CH, okay? So, I'm not sure though. Alright, well, this is the first part of Hanukkah. I don't think we've had the K yet, but this is Hanu, part of Hanukkah. So the reason you see Hanukkah with either a CH or an H is because it's a het, okay? So some people transliterate it with the CH and some people just with the H.
But it's with the het.
It's a het,
Oh, okay.
Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do it right, it would be Hanukkah.
Yeah.
It's not Chanukah.
I said, hey, but
That's basically. Alright, the other thing about het is, it doesn't have a final sophete. It doesn't have a sophete, but when it's at the end of a word, it's not ha, it's ak.
Okay.
A-C-H.
That's on your notes too.
Okay, when it's at the end of a word. Let's see if we can find one here.
The thought,
Yeah, and that's on his back.
with the thought.
That's gonna be on your notes too, Lori, just so you know.
All right, let's do one without a vowel. All right, how would you pronounce this?
Oh, that's.
Malak.
No,
Malak.
ma. So the
Ma.
three dots is ma.
Malak. Now, some people will put a K, Malak, okay? Some people will make it a CH. Malak. Unfortunately, and it is very unfortunate, because I talked to the rabbi at my last congregation, they transliterated things differently. I mean, they weren't consistent, is what I wanted to say. Sometimes they would do it this way, sometimes they would do it another way, sometimes. So when I talked to him about it, he said, well, there is no standard transliteration. And he's right. There's no standard transliteration. I just said, but could you be consistent? So we could all, because sometimes it would read funny. But there is no standard transliteration, so you'll see it different ways. All right, so this one, it's just like a K sound at the end, malak, with a,
How do I know the difference between the chet and top cursive? Is it the top has like an extra tail? or-
yes, yeah. All right, the het has no tail. The top has a tail.
The top has a tail, the het does not.
Right,
Okay, and then the difference between the het and the hay is that there's a little break right there.
right,
Okay.
yes. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, those three are very similar in the cursive, but the het looks like the het. The only thing different is that the cursive is rounded and the block is square. Which, you know, it makes it a little easier in cursive because you don't have to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
You can, you know, you can just, you go a little faster, that's what cursive is all about, right?
It's almost like the,
The top, yeah.
Right, it's like the top without the little, I call it like, when I did it, it was like a noon at the end, like, sorry, the top was like having a noon and then a resh. So the top is like a resh and a noon, this is just
straight.
straight. And that may be one of the reasons why I told you that I have seen a lot in Israel where this tav is like so fancy. You know, maybe it's so they know the difference, so I don't know. Or just because they want it so beautiful. They make the tail pretty long. Alright, let's do one at the end.
So the three dots under it, it's a, what is that?
That's a segol.
Sago?
Segol, that's an eh.
Eh.
I'm pretty sure we've done segols.
No, it's
No,
spelled
no.
today.
Oh, it's
That's
today.
New vowel today.
Oh, new vowel, okay, we haven't. My bad. My bad.
Oh, that's.
Sorry, I just was looking at the hat and I didn't realize.
Yeah,
All
I see it
right.
down below you though.
You know, when you've done this forever, you know, you just think everybody knows it. Alright, so we do have a new vowel. Segol. Se. It's an eh. Syllable, it's an S sound.
Syllable.
Yes, my bad, I'm really bad, I'm sorry.
Yep. Man, that's gonna help me out.
Two eyes and a nose.
How does Syllable sound like? Oh,
S, it's an S.
E.
So,
Is it like Sarah then?
basically, there's almost two of everything.
Oh.
Like the cross and the.
Except the ooh, I don't think. Anyway, so you have, this is, what sound is that? And what's that? What's this?
Yeah.
And now this one.
Yeah.
Ah. And then you have O and O. So when, you know, you just have,
Is that on there?
if you have a letter like that, so these are both O's.
Oh.
And then ooh, I don't,
Ooh.
oh, there's gonna be another one, we haven't gotten there yet. There is another one for ooh, okay? So you got o, ooh, which we haven't gotten to yet. I knew there was two of each.
Bone the rest of that.
Alright, let's get back to our chet at the end of the word. Let me try one without the syllable. Sorry guys. It's really better if you don't even have the top part, but. Alright, there you go. Can you read that one? Yore ak. Ak. So it's not cha. Yore ak. Ya, re, ak. So you see that at the end of a lot of words, like the prayers and stuff like that, you'll see that at the end. And it's usually a chet.
So it's R-A-R-E-A-C-H?
Yep, yore ak.
Yeah.
How many vowels?
3.
Syllables, I'm sorry. How many syllables? How many vowels? How many syllables? 3.
It's long way up.
Well, why is
Ya.
Why? But why?
It looks like red.
That's why.
Throw me off, Teach.
No, keep me on my toes. Look, I've had a long, stressful, mental week. I have no brain left.
But Sue, how come the last one is silent? The last little patak? Is that it? The little line?
It's not silent. Here, it's right here. It's in front of it instead of behind it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's in front instead of behind.
okay, but I thought you said that the head at the end is always off, even without the little.
No,
Okay, so it's always gonna have the little line under it?
no. Where was the one without the line?
'Cause it,
All right, we'll do one, an
you
easy
said at the
one.
beginning is the H in your throat, and at the end it's off.
The problem is there's so many sounds that it might sound like that. What, that one would be what? But the na, the k, doesn't really have a sound. It's a k. The na, does that make sense?
N-A-A.
Na,
Oh, okay, so
Nice.
it's not ox then.
it's not ak.
Okay, it's only ox.
But it's got an ah there, that's why it sounds like it. Let me see if I can find it.
N-A-K.
It's on your notes too.
No sé si por eso. ¿Qué es la primera? ¿Es la peor?
Alright, so, mas, sha, but it's got an ah sound in front of it. That's gonna be confusing because a lot of the pets without the vowels do have an ah sound in front of it. Okay?
Seagull. Steven Seagull.
Malak.
So
A lot, a lot of them have the ah in front of it, that's why it's kinda confusing. Alright, you ready to go back to the syllable?
Okay.
Okay? So let's do a single syllable. malach. Malach. So it's just an attached.
The M-E-L-A-K.
Yes. Ma, la,
O-C-H.
malach.
Not to be confused with all.
That's why I say, the ak,
Okay, too, since it's at the.
Yeah, there is.
it's at the end there. All right. Now, we're gonna look at the syllable. So, the majority of the words in Hebrew are, the emphasis of the word is on which syllable? Second or last? Second or last syllable, except for when you have two syllables. Alright, when there's two segols, it's called a segolet. Segolet meaning two segols. The emphasis is always on the first one. And you can have a segolet in the middle of a word, so it's not necessarily at the beginning of the word. How would you pronounce this?
M-E. O-L-A.
You eat it.
You eat it?
Hamotzi.
Lehem.
Hamotzi.
Lehem.
Lechem. Lechem.
Lechem.
What's lechem? Hamotzi. Lechem min haaretz. Bread.
Oh.
bread, like lemon bread.
That's two syllables.
Bread.
Lechem.
And?
Lechem. So you, it's not lechem, it's
Le,
lechem.
lo que sigue, CH.
Lechem.
L-E what? L-E what? L-E-C-H?
L-E-C-H-E-M.
I don't know how people usually transliterate bread.
Yeah,
L-E-C-H-A-M.
is the sigil just it, or is it also a syllable marker for the first?
Two syllables, lechem, lechem.
Dos sílabas, vamos a pronunciar. Son dos.
How do we normally transliterate lechem?
There you go, mine.
Le- Yeah, like this, there it is, lechem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you see it up on the screen, it'd be like this. You're confusing me. Are you ready for another one? Try another one, then you're gonna get to read.
Red.
Ne,
Get. Red.
regel.
Regel.
Oh, regel, ya.
Remember, it's not regel, it's regel.
Reggae.
Regel. Regel. You know what a regel is? Leg.
It is?
Leg.
So does that mean you emphasize the first one, or is it emphasize the second?
Emphasize the first letter, regel, not regel.
So R-E-G-E-L?
Mhm.
R-E-G-E-L.
Pero lleva uno, lleva uno.
Okay.
Tómala aquí.
Reggae.
Regel.
Reggae.
This is called a what?
But,
When you have two? Segolet.
segment.
Because it's segel, or segol, let. All right, turn to page 72.
¿Cómo te llamas?
20.
All right. Okay.
72?
20 or
72.
20 or 2 D?
Two T's.
Y'all are learning a lot of new words here.
That's how you're gonna remember it, huh?
What page you said? 70?
72. All right, we're gonna start right here. And you're gonna do, she's my friend. What's friend? Nope, she gets to go. Sarah, right?
Tara.
Tara. Oh, that's close.
Haver.
Haver. Haver. Now remember the resh, if you can kind of flip your little tongue, that's more Israeli too. Haver. Haver.
So
You don't roll it like
So
this.
H-A-V-E-R.
So haver is masculine. Okay, feminine words have usually end in ah. So what would be a female friend?
Eh?
Havera.
Havera. Havera. Havera. She's a havera, and he is a haver.
Hot. Hot is you, right?
Ken.
Okay, and is yes.
All right, Randy. Oh no, we'll go this way. Go this
Or be
way.
this
Roger.
way? Yellet?
Drive from Corpus Christi.
Boy.
Yellet?
Yelled.
Yellet?
Yelled.
Oh, yeah.
Yellet?
That's a seglet, so it's not yelled, it's yelled. Can you hear the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yelled,
Yellow.
Yellet?
yelled. Okay, but if it's a girl, it's yalda.
Yalda?
Yalda. It's a little bit different, but you see the next one, yalda.
So
Yalda.
they spell Y-A-L-E-D?
So boy is yelled, girl is yalda. It's still got the same three root letters, Yud, Lamed, and Dalet, but it's got an ah at the end, but then they changed the syllable markings. They do the same thing with the verbs when you get to advanced Hebrew, which I'm hoping all of you will do, so we don't have a class of 2 or 3.
The faithful.
The faithful, that's right. Y'all are the faithful. Do you think how many we started with? It's that way all the time. This is not easy. You have to really want to do it, you know. All right, you. Oh, a top?
Sorry.
I did it. I didn't mean to.
Can you do God of?
The next one down.
You want to do the God of?
That.
Uh-oh, there's 4 or 5 things.
All right.
Can you do Braille with this?
I'm gonna tell you something.
It'll be complicated, man. The Hebrew Braille, oh my God. The holy animal.
All right, when you see this at the beginning of a word, it's got the Schwa and the Syllable, or you'll see the Schwa with something else. I honestly don't even know why it's there. I have no clue. You don't pronounce it. I mean, it's like, we know it's the beginning of a syllable, so I'm not really sure. One of these days I'm gonna find out.
So we don't need to worry about that?
You don't have to worry about it. Nope, don't even know why. Okay, so, what's the, how do you pronounce it?
Elohan.
Lo,
Elohim.
hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, hey.
Elohim.
H-A-Y, Elohim.
Mm,
A-L-O. A-L-O. Hey. Aloha.
Yeah, but see how they spell
Elohim.
This is how you would see it transliterated.
Elohim.
So that would be in the blessings.
Right. Right.
Baruch atah Elohei.
Well, it's Eloheinu, which is the next one, Eloheinu. Okay, Arga.
Yeah.
Remember, if it's a new at the end, it's gonna say R, we, us, it means,
Elohim.
It's not an A sound, it's an air. It's not an
So-
A, it's an air.
L is what? Just L. God. God. And then a lot of times you'll see Eloheinu with the, I'll show you here.
Enu. It's Enu,
A
not A.
lot of times you'll see it with the Holem Vav. This one you do not have the Holem Vav. I've noticed that more of the biblical Hebrew uses just the Holem without the Vav, the biblical. But in conversational Hebrew, you will see it with the holem, vav, the vav. Probably because conversational Hebrew doesn't, well, neither does biblical, use the vowels, but I don't know why. You know, different things happen in conversation than, like if we were gonna read the original King James, most of us wouldn't even be able to read it.
No.
You know, so,
Saxon, Celtic.
that's right.
No, it'd be more like Elizabethan, more akin to Shakespearean,
Right.
not Celtic.
No, yeah.
All right, we got Eloheinu. Praise. What's praise? Oh, I thought I did Eloheinu. So go.
Yeah, Eloheinu.
So you do the next.
Okay, Halu.
Halu. Halu. So what's the next one? Hallelujah. Hallelujah means praise ye the Lord, because Halu is praise, and Yah is God, right? Hallelujah.
Interesting, that word is the same all across
Every language.
every language, and he said he would put his name in every language.
Oh boy.
It's amazing.
His name would be on the lips of every nation. Hallelujah.
Lisa, can you go on? I gotta go. My throat is
Okay.
itching.
Okay.
Right back.
Okay,
Stop
okay.
doing it, I can't.
Okay, so
I know.
we're on, who's next? Elizabeth?
Oh, my turn?
Yes.
Likes?
Yes.
It's my turn. Ohad.
Yes. Correct.
What is
Okay.
it?
Good.
Ohad?
Yes, Ohed. You're right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's Ohed. Yeah.
For likes?
For likes, yes.
How do you spell that?
It's O-H-E-V.
Oh, you throw the
The
silent.
olive is silent, yes.
It's silent.
Okay. Ready, Christy?
Hey, you can.
V.
Shev.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hoshev, yes.
Hoshev.
Nahon, Nahon means
You
correct.
gotta have the H in
Yes.
the
Can,
There's
yes,
a place
you
you
got
can
it.
go.
Okay,
This
so,
place is translated
next.
online, strong.
Next one is Torah.
When you
Oh,
use the
Okay,
word-
that's the easy one.
Yeah, go ahead, do the next one, do the next one.
Holiday is Hayom.
No, that's today, not
Pretty
holiday.
name.
Oh, today, yeah, today, Hayom.
Hayom, yes, today.
And it takes you right
Tara?
here.
You have.
You just go with what's on here.
You're gonna do tomorrow?
It's the same thing.
What is my name?
Today is Hayom.
Read the answer.
See,
How are we spelling it?
H-A-Y-O-M.
Hayom.
How you home?
Hayom. Okay, Tara, you've got tomorrow.
This one. Is that it? This one? No, Torah. It's just Torah.
Yes, Mahar.
T-O-R-A.
It's M-A, you can do C-H-A-R or H-A-R, Mahar.
Sin la C, ¿verdad?
C-H-A-R?
¿Lleva la C?
Si quieres, that's the one that she said you could do either or H or C-H. So, Mahar, Mahar. Okay. Fred, you ready for a holiday? Uh-huh.
Okay, it's gonna be,
Oh, I think it's the pine.
tag,
I'm allergic to pine.
No, what's the first letter?
uh,
It's a hit, so what sound?
okay, heck,
It's gonna be,
G.
Where we at?
Get that?
He said it.
did you say it?
Heck,
Mm-hmm. This is ah,
Ah, ha,
so it's,
it's A,
ha,
uh-huh,
heck, G.
uh-huh.
Hog.
Hog.
Hog what? What do we say at holidays?
H-A-G.
Hatsameya.
Sameach. Sameach is happy.
Like that,
S-H-A,
or C-H.
You can do C-H.
C-H-A-G. Hog.
There.
S-C-H?
Oh, Sameach?
No, ha,
C-H-A-G.
Okay.
Yes, C-H-H.
Look at the CH there.
Yeah, you'll see it spelled that way a lot.
It's the het, not the hay.
Yeah, remember the het can either be transliterated with a CH or an H.
Thank you.
So,
It tends to be CH.
it tends to be CH, but with Hanukkah, they put the H and,
Okay. Como que nomás está
But
adornada
it
la
says
C,
two
no
Jews,
se
3
puede.
opinions, they keep changing.
But I think, yeah,
That's
but
right.
that's by C.
alright, who's next? Thank you.
Scott?
Toda.
Todah, month,
Hadesh,
Chodesh,
Kodesh,
Chodesh.
¿Dónde van? Where are you going?
You see the little dot on the top of the
yes.
het?
Ya me perdí.
New, what's new?
What is new?
What's new?
Hadash,
Mahadash.
Mahadash?
Mahadash.
¿Dónde aquí?
Ma is what? Mahadash is what's new.
M-A-C-H.
oh, okay, Ma is not there, okay, okay.
Oh,
Mahadash.
Hadash,
Hadash,
How do you spell that?
Chadash. Hadash. Mahadash is what's new.
oh,
A-C-H or E-C-H?
A, it's all A's. Alright, room.
Jeez.
Esther.
Hey there. Hey there. Now remember, oh wait, did we forget? Oh no, we're not. Okay, hey there, because its emphasis is on the first syllable, it's a seglet. 2 sigils,
Tú sí.
seglet.
Heather.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Hey there. Yeah, like hey there, but you got a cough or something and you can't. Hey there. How about notebook?
Okay, so it's my turn, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So it's,
That's gonna
Ma.
be mad. Ma.
wait, that's mom.
That's.
Wait, is that an H? If it's in the middle, is it, okay.
Still H.
Okay, so mock, ret.
That's it.
Mock beret.
Machberet.
Mock beret.
Because remember the double seglet, you would emphasize the bet.
Okay,
Machberet.
mock
Machberet.
beret. Mock beret.
Yeah. Oops, I can't even pronounce it. You do the next one because it's the name of the word.
Not bad.
Oh, right here.
The last one on 5.
Eat
Our, but she doesn't know what
That would be eat.
is our low. I forgot the letter. Our, atar. Ro. Ataro.
It's transliterated basically below it.
The truck.
Etrog.
What is it?
Etra. No, it is.
Etrog. Trog. Etrog. I think people call it an etrog, but it's a etrog.
You know what it is?
You know what it is? Yeah. You don't? What do we hold in our hand?
Well,
The
I
lulav and the,
Yeah, just, did anyone, not everyone might not have celebrated it. Have you guys?
okay, at Shavu, at Sukkot, sorry. At Sukkot, we shake the lulav and the
It's like a plant with a.
etrog. It's like a big lemon.
Oh, yeah.
Etro is?
Etrog.
It's a big lemon.
Looks like a big lemon. It's not a lemon. Sukkot, yeah, Sukkot. Alright.
Okay, me next tonight is Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Where do we sing Hallelujah? Anybody know? Passover. On this night, you know the little kids sing. I don't really know. I didn't ever memorize it, but da 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 da.
So that.
Hallelujah.
That would be a L-I.
Why is this night like no other night?
Alei.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you do know? I thought you didn't know.
All right, where are we? Narrative. What's narrative?
Ha. Ha.
Haggadah.
Ha.
Haggadah. Now, for Passover, you use a Haggadah. That's it says narrative, but it's like the little book that you use to follow along at Passover, so nobody gets lost.
Whichever that
A
is.
program, that's right, the program. The Haggadah. What's one? The number one.
Okay, so that's that's an A.
Ha.
Oh,
Yours.
oh. I got confused. Did you say a hot? A hot.
A hot. That's right.
A
Now,
hot it is. Woo.
yeah, this is when you're counting. Achat, shtaim, shalosh, rabah, havesh, shesh. That's a counting number. But God is echad. So why is God echad and not achat? Masculine. Yeah, so the counting numbers are feminine. But God is masculine, so he's echad, not achat. The number 5.
Is that how much?
Chamesh. 7.
How much is fine?
Shava. Shava.
Oh.
Now, where do we get the word week? What's the word for week?
Shavuot.
Shavuot. Same letters, but ot, meaning more than one. 7. Shavuot. 7 sevens, remember?
Baruch Shavuot.
Shavuot. Evening.
Is that good week?
Erev.
Erev. Remember, it's a seglet, so it's Erev and not Erev. Okay? Erev. How about foot? Emphasize the first syllable. No, regel.
Hey, here's bread.
Yeah, there you go. Regel, not regel. The problem is that once you learn to pronounce a second syllable, that you want to do it all the time. But it's regel, not regel. Bread. Lechem. Sun. Shemesh. Shemesh. Wind. Ruach. Happy. Sameach. Sameach. Blackboard.
How do you spell that?
How do you spell it? S-A-M-E-A-C-H.
Okay.
Blackboard.
Blackboard would be luch.
No.
Ruach.
Luach. Luach. And the moon.
Yarech.
No. No.
Who's doing
Strike 3.
Yeah, right.
You want to try?
You're right.
Anybody want to try?
You're right.
Yareach.
You're
Remember, if it's got a patak under its ach, not cha. Yareach. We have an Israeli dance about Yareach. The moon. Yareach. Okay, guys. Look, we're over halfway through the book. So next week, we're going to do kaf and kaf sofit. So you're going to have a lot of words, and we're going to start reading some prayers. You ready to read prayers?
Yes.
I wonder when you do the numbers. We We haven't done the numbers yet, have we? Okay, well, I'll have something for you when we get to the numbers, so you can learn the numbers. All right, any questions?
Thank you. Hold on, Laura.
I'm gonna have to take my allergy medicine when I come. The only problem is it puts me to sleep.
Thank you for the printout.
Oh, no problem.
God, you still a lifesaver.
Maybe some tea the best.
Tea is, what kind of tea?
Jasmine tea or, jasmine tea,
Oh,
yeah.
ginger.
Yeah, ginger tea, very
I
good.
will put honey.
Ginger and lemon.
I am one,
And then
yeah.
the tea with ginger, like she said. Or the same for me.
I love ginger. Mint ginger tea is good.
Oh, yeah, I revised it, I never kept it up, so, but I'll try not to amend it.
Oh, I've got it.
Well, but